Can we just take a quick second here to talk about Wout van Aert's fueling strategy at Paris-Roubaix? Now, for those of you that don't know, Wout van Aert's nutrition partners have just shared his fueling strategy for the 258-kilometer race that spanned about 5 hours and 20 minutes in total time. Now, in order to do this, Wout van Aert would have had to have averaged somewhere between 320 and 340 watts because he's a bigger guy, which means he would have burned somewhere between 6,100 and 6,500 kJs. That is a lot of work. So it may come as a surprise to many of you that Wout van Aert chose to fuel the activity with 120 grams of carbs per hour. Now, why is this a surprise? It's because so many amateur riders are constantly overfueling their workouts. I know guys that are out there doing 200 watts for 5 hours, fueling at 130 grams of carbs per hour. This is overfueling. You're simply not burning enough calories to be intaking that much nutrition. And this isn't a good thing. It actually inhibits your body's ability to oxidate fat, making your body entirely reliant on constant glucose uptake. This is a fundamental problem if you're trying to improve in endurance sports. You absolutely, fundamentally need to build the ability to transition between utilizing fat as your primary energy source and glycogen. Here's why. Hypothetical scenario. You're in a race, you go up the first climb, it's super hard. Then you go on the downhill and you're chilling on the flats in the peloton. You want to be able to use glycogen on the climb and then transition back to burning fat as your primary energy source when you get back into the peloton on the flats on the other side of it. If you don't have that ability, then you just burn glycogen the entire time and then you're out of energy by the time you get to the next climb or the defining moment of the race, right? And so this is a really important part of endurance sports. If you want to be good at endurance sports, then you need to be metabolically flexible and metabolically efficient. You need to be able to transition between utilizing fat and glycogen. And I know it's become an extremely confusing space because now these brands are even pushing absolute rubbish onto you, saying you need to consume more carbohydrates because you're actually not absorbing all of it. There's leakage and spillover, which I personally think is a load of nonsense. These brands are just trying to sell you more and more and more grams of carbohydrates per hour, when what you need to be doing is focusing on building metabolic flexibility. That is the future.